Inventory management. Stock and inventory. Stock and inventory are the terms used to refer to the store of goods held ready for use. In a hotel, like, the stock can refer to everything from smoked salmon in the cold room, to glasses in the bar and sheets in the bedrooms. A large amount of money is tied up in the stock we carry. We have to balance the need for a cash flow against the amount of stock required to allow the hotel to function effectively. Control order stock. How is stock ordered and controlled? The storeroom and the purchasing officer are the center of the stock control and order operation. When an authorized requisition is received from a department in the hotel has a set procedure to follow when purchasing and receiving the stock item. The storeroom then makes an issue of the stock to the department that has requisitioned it. The bar, kitchen, restaurant and housekeeping requisition and receive stock from the storeroom. Stock can also be transferred between departments. A transfer record must be completed to keep track of stock movements within the hotel. Supply chain. The supplier receives a purchase order from the purchasing officer in the storeroom. The supplier relies on the correct information being filled out on the purchase order to enable them to provide the correct stock items. Any difficulties would be referred back to the purchasing officer. Delivery. A stock delivery invoice will accompany the delivery. The accounts department gets a copy of the purchase order and the receipt invoice from the purchasing officer. The accounts department will not make any payment to the supplier unless these documents have been received. It's essential that everyone involved in controlling and ordering stock for the hotel follows the correct procedures at all times. Stock systems. A. Manual systems. Manual systems are inexpensive to set up and the records are easy to access, making them especially suitable for smaller operations. 1. They are labor-intensive. 2. Records must be maintained regularly. Manual systems can deal with all aspects of stock control, from pouring nips with a measure, to keeping track of food transferred to kitchens for production, etc. You should make sure that manual systems are clearly defined and diligently monitored. If you don't keep a close eye on the operation of manual systems, there is a risk of inaccurate, inconsistent or fraudulent reporting. The procedure for using a manual system involves 1. Conducting a stocktake. 2. Using a stocktake form. 3. Retrieving the stocktake form. 4. Checking and updating information such as brand name, price, etc. 5. Stopping purchases, issues and transfers so that there is no movement of stock, comparing the actual stock counted during a stocktake. 6. Reporting any variations in writing to the manager for further investigation. B. Centralized purchasing. Centralized purchasing systems are widely used by chain operations, and by small groups of independent operators with similar needs. Under a centralized purchasing system, the requirements of individual units are relayed to a central office. The central office then works out the total requirements for individual goods to be purchased across all the units, and purchases the total. The goods can be delivered either directly to the individual unit or to a central location. Delivery to a central location requires the organization doing the centralized purchasing to operate its own distribution system. Centralized purchasing advantages of a centralized purchasing system. 1. Goods are purchased at a lower price because of the large volumes involved. 2. The purchaser has a greater choice of markets, so they are more likely to obtain the desired quality of goods. 3. Goods can be purchased to the purchaser's exact specifications. 4. Larger inventories can be maintained, ensuring a constant supply to individual units. 5. There are fewer opportunities for food purchasers to be dishonest. Centralized purchasing disadvantages of a centralized purchasing system. 1. Individual units have to accept the standard items in stock and have little freedom to purchase goods to meet their particular needs. 2. Individual units cannot take advantage of local specials at reduced prices. 3. Menus tend to be more standardized, limiting an individual manager's freedom to change a menu. 4. Decisions about whether or not to become involved in a centralized purchasing system are normally made by senior managers rather than food controllers. Inventory stock control. Inventory is an expensive asset which you can control with accurate reporting. When the information generated is timely, accurate, reliable and consistent, you can 1. Work out how much your stock is worth for accounting purposes. 2. Carry less inventory and reduce your costs. 3. Show food and beverage usage. 4. Track slow-moving items. 5. Know how much stock is on hand at any time so that 6. You can maintain the correct par levels. 7. Decide when to order stock and how much to order. 8. Exercise greater control over theft and other undesirable fluctuations in stock. 9. Establish an efficient stock control system. Main inventory control systems types are 1. Periodic, and 2. Perpetual. 1. Periodic inventory system. Periodic inventory systems do not track inventory on a daily basis, rather, they allow organizations to know the beginning and ending inventory levels during a certain period of time. These types of inventory control systems track inventory using physical inventory counts. When physical inventory is complete, the balance in the purchases account shifts into the inventory account and is adjusted to match the cost of the ending inventory. Organizations may choose whether to calculate the cost of ending inventory using LIFO or FIFO inventory accounting methods or another method. Keep in mind that beginning inventory is the previous period's ending inventory. Perpetual inventory system. When you use a perpetual inventory system, it continually updates inventory records and accounts for additions and subtractions when inventory items are received, sold from stock, moved from one location to another, picked from inventory, and scrapped. Some organizations prefer perpetual inventory systems because they deliver up-to-date inventory information and better handle minimal physical inventory counts. Perpetual inventory systems also are preferred for inventory tracking because they deliver accurate results on a continual basis when managed properly. This type of inventory control system works best when used in conjunction with a database of inventory quantities and bin locations updated in real time by warehouse workers using barcode scanners. Inventory management apps are perpetual inventory systems. Types of inventory management systems within inventory control systems. 1. Barcode system, and 2. Radio frequency identification (RFID) barcode inventory systems. Inventory management systems using barcode technology are more accurate and efficient than those using manual processes. When used as part of an overall inventory control system, barcode systems update inventory levels automatically when workers scan them with a barcode scanner or mobile device. The benefits of using barcoding in your inventory management processes or barcode scanner numerous and include: A. Accurate records of all inventory transactions. B. Eliminating time-consuming data errors that occur frequently with manual or paper systems. C. Eliminating manual data entry mistakes. D. Ease and speed of scanning. E. Updates on hand inventory automatically. F. Record transaction histories and easily determine minimum levels and reorder quantities. G. Streamline documentation and reporting. H. Rapid return on investment (ROI). I. Facilitate the movement of inventory within warehouses and between multiple locations and from receiving to picking, packing, and shipping. Radio frequency identification (RFID) inventory systems. Radio frequency identification (RFID) inventory systems use active and passive technology to manage inventory movements. Active RFID technology uses fixed tag readers throughout the warehouse. RFID tags pass the reader, and the movement is recorded in the inventory management software. For this reason, active systems work best for organizations that require real-time inventory tracking, or where inventory security has been an issue. Passive RFID technology, on the other hand, requires the use of handheld readers to monitor inventory movement. When a tag is read, the data is recorded by the inventory management software. RFID technology has a reading range of approximately 40 feet with passive technology and 300 feet with active technology. Physical inventory system. A physical inventory system periodically assesses the value of the stock in hand. This is usually done on a monthly basis as part of developing the business accounts. This means that, at any time, the amount of individual items in stock is known. As a general rule, most establishments use a combination of both physical and any of the three inventory systems. When the physical count of any product is different from the book balance, the variations can be investigated and controlled. Par stock. Par stock is the minimum stock level you require to operate your business at its maximum capacity. Stock must be maintained at this level at all times. To do this, you must know the par stock level required by each department. Impressed stock. An impressed stock system means that used items are replaced with exactly the same amount of new ones. For example, if you use a carton of beer, you would replace it with another one. But things are not always so simple. Sometimes you may have only a small amount of a bottle of spirit left and you can only replace it with a full bottle. What should you do? Should you replace it with a new one? In this case, you would make your decision based on how well the item sells. Stock records. Stock records are used to document details of receipts, issues, and balances remaining in stock for every item held in each department. In the hotel, stock records show you the stock in hand you have without physically counting it. It is the link between physical stock and stock control accounts. Information such as how much stock you should order when you do a stocktake, what losses have occurred, the current cost price of stock items, etc. Internal stock records can include stock requisition orders, inventory sheets, storage records, discard records, internal transfer records, and control sheets. Stock requisition order is a formal list of materials to be picked from inventory and use in a provision of a service to a customer, for the purpose of picking item from stock, relieving the inventory records in the amount of the items picked. When the purchasing officer receives the requisition forms from each department, they know what needs to be ordered, to ensure there is enough stock for the hotel to operate efficiently. Sometimes problems do occur, and these must be followed up to see whether the stock reorder cycle needs to be adjusted. Regular communication between the purchasing officer, colleagues within the hotel, and suppliers is essential to ensure the continuity of supplies.